Hello there and welcome to Football Everyday Euro 2012 edition, coming to you from our studios here at Manarstar. I'm your host Zack. In the studio with me, the usual suspects, Daryl, Randeep, Singh. Now I'll tell you what, the stage is set for the battle of Iberia between Peninsular neighbours and arch rivals Portugal and Spain for a place in this Sunday's final. Now it's tiki-taka against Ronaldo-inspired flair. Now, Daryl made interesting matchup this one for the Portuguese. It's got to be more than just stopping Ronaldo, right? I mean, for Spain rather. I mean, Portugal have more threats than just Ronaldo.
I mean, looking at this game, I mean, Portugal. I mean, there's been a bit of tiki-taka fatigue. I mean, among people in the office, maybe. You know, I don't know about people out there, but we're looking at Portugal looking. Hungry a little bit, and maybe Ronaldo basically really doing his legend. I mean, a world of good in this tournament.
Yeah. I mean, Randeep, they have plenty of other threats too, don't they? The Portuguese. I really like the looks of Contrasal. You know, I mean, he's a good attacking fullback.
They've been playing the Real Madrid boys have been playing well. They've brought their form into the national team. Yeah. Pepe and Contrasal and Ronaldo. They've got Bruno Alves. Nani needs to actually perform on the big stage. Yeah. So yeah, they've got a lot of positives. I mean, they are they are the only team who have played 5 matches with the same team. So they've got a lot of positives coming into this game.
Could the Portuguese to be a solid setup. Back in the day, I mean, in the last World Cup, I remember Portugal, right? I mean, it's more a case of just lump the ball up to Ronaldo and hope he does something. The Portuguese seem to have a bit more of a tactical awareness, so to speak, about them, don't they, Daryl?
Well, we're looking at this game here, and it's all a question of control. I mean, we've been talking so much about England yesterday, basically losing the ball, no possession. But these teams, I mean, but against Spain, they are the masters of keeping the ball. Yeah. So I mean, Portugal, basically the whole midfield, Mireles, Veloso, Montino, basically they need to basically really break up that whole Spanish tiki-taka style.
Well, easier said than done. Many teams have tried, many teams have failed. Now, Randeep, Spain have plenty of players in their ranks who know everything about Ronaldo. You just mentioned his Real Madrid teammates. Surely, if anyone knows how to shackle Ronaldo, it must be these guys, right?
Oh yes. Well, you've got the 3 Real Madrid boys there in 4 rather. Casillas, Abiola, Alonso, and what's the other guy's name? Anyway, so Ronaldo is a threat, definitely. But the Spanish boys, they will know how to stifle him. Yeah. And they've got 5 or 6 of the Barcelona players who are the El Clasico enemies. Yeah. So I think this is going to be a really interesting game. Yeah. But in my eyes, I think Spain go in as favourites, and they should be able to beat the Portuguese.
Okay. I think you're Sergio Ramos there.
Sergio Ramos, yes, there you go.
Well, speaking of advantages, right, Portugal go into the game now having had an extra 2 days to prepare. Now that's not really on, is it? I mean, Michel Platini, if you're tuning in, that's not really on for a massive tournament like this, surely, Daryl. I mean, 2 days is a huge advantage.
It was all about scheduling here, I guess. And I mean, with these sort of games, whoever's fresher, that two days is definitely very crucial.
It's key, really.
Where is it being played? Is it being played in somewhere in Ukraine?
Yeah, this is the Donbass, I believe. Yeah.
Unless there's like a thunderstorm. Was it in Donbass?
Yes, I remember that. But yes, Daryl, I mean, 2 days to prepare in a massive tournament could be a key factor in deciding who wins this game, right?
Yeah.
Who comes out fresher in this one? I mean, and with so much going for this game, with Spain, basically, we need all the kind of like the freshness there. Yeah. So it's going to be advantage Spain for me.
Okay. Well, Spain, it's all about teamwork and ball retention. They've dominated possession every match, Randeep, and they've won most of their games. In fact, almost they haven't lost any of their games. But I tell you what, they have yet to roll out the sparkling football that many of the observers have been expecting. Now, the Spanish are not going to change the way they play right now at this late stage, right? So we can expect Del Bosque to go with this false number 9 system. You reckon?
Spain coming compared to the World Cup, their form has not been good compared to the World Cup. Yeah. So they're coming here, and let's not forget the last time these 2 teams met, Portugal actually won 4-0. Yeah. In a friendly match though.
That's not winning. That's thrashing, right?
Exactly. And Portugal has got they've got the momentum with them. Ronaldo is chasing the all-time record together with for the Euro Championship in terms of goal scorers. He's chasing it with Alan Shearer. He's chasing it with Michel Platini. And they've actually got they are the Liverpool of the Premier League because they've hit the bar 6 times. 4 of them being Ronaldo. So they've got a lot of positives coming into this game. And Spain, they need to be worried.
Yep. Spain need to be worried. Now, Daryl, I know you will like this one. Are Spain becoming boring with all their sideways passing and ball retention and closing down? I mean, are people expecting too much of the reigning world and European champs or what?
It's definitely the industry standard at the moment in time. Everybody wants to play like them. And I guess when you see everybody else trying to play like Spain, you kind of
except England.
Except England. You kind of think like, what else can Spain do basically to up it to the next level? It's been what, 5 years now of this sort of football? 4 or 5 years.
Well, playing without a striker, only Spain, eh? Well, lads, holding your thoughts. When we come back, there's more football chat and banter. So keep it locked right here on Football Every Day.
Who's your pick today?
And welcome back to Football Every Day. I'm your host, Zack. In the studio with me, Daryl, Randeep, Singh. All right, lads, don't park the bus. That seems to be the lesson learned as the 4 surviving teams gear up for the semis in this year's Euros. Now, parking the bus, it doesn't work, at least not at this year's Euros. Now, lads, parking the bus, not your cup of tea, right, Daryl? All this parking of the bus stuff, it must be all Chelsea's fault after their Champions League triumph, right? Because all these teams are trying it.
I mean, it worked for Chelsea, you know what I mean? But, I mean, Greece tried it. I mean, they got basically kicked out by Germany. And, of course, England. 3 or 4 buses, I can't remember.
But well, one by one, the Czechs, the Greeks, the French, and the English all have made the exits trying to park the bus. Now, off the quarterfinalists, or the culprits, must I say, France probably had the toughest assignment against Spain, right? And they probably tried the hardest to actually play some football around it. Maybe along with England, but in the end they still got beat. So what's the deal when you face a team like Spain, you know, who like to keep the ball?
Spain, in my eyes, that game, I think they played their best football. But to be fair, the French were not in it. They never turned up. You know, they were pretty mediocre. And I mean, the French have got a fantastic, talented squad, but they never performed. You know, as in every championship, they come there, you know, with expectations, but they have not performed simply because of 1 or 2 players. Now we hear that Nasri is doing, you know.
But you know, surely parking the bus against similarly attack-minded team, that's not the French way, is it, Daryl? I mean, I can't remember. Maybe we can ask Platini and his all alumni. I mean, I don't remember them parking the bus so much, no?
I mean, French are all known for their flair and all that stuff, right? And we were just looking at how it was very disappointing to see. I mean, you compare France to England. I mean, France had everything going for them. And yet they basically resorted to that kind of tactics. England, I guess, they had to. They had no choice. I mean, what was their possession statistics was so bad, it was just horrifying to read about it.
I think it was something like about 68% possession in favour of the Spanish or something like that. Well, what England, you know, we've touched upon this, perhaps their hand was kind of forced with the all parking the bus strategy due to the fact that maybe Randeep, they didn't have the kind of quality personnel you'd want to play football,
no quality personnel. I mean, England were poor in this tournament. I mean, they came out from an easy group. They barely beat Ukraine. They struggled to beat the Swedish, and so England have got a lot to think about. I mean, they've always flattered to deceive, and they go up. Well, I think they were disappointing. Apart from Steven Gerrard, Julian Lescott, and the goalkeeper Joe Hart, I think the rest were pretty average.
Fair comment. Well, Daryl, Gerrard actually mentioned, we talked about this yesterday, about the need for the English to change their philosophy, starting with playing the ball a lot more. Now, this may lead to the non-parking of the bus. Do you think it's the right way to go?
It's basically not going to happen in this next 10 years or this the next crop of players.
With Roy Hodgson as the coach.
It's definitely not going to happen. I think it's just the mindset, the whole culture. It's they're basically like at least a generation behind Spain.
Well, you know, I mean, maybe if coaches go away and they look at they analyze this year's Euros, they would see that in the quarters that tactic maybe didn't work, and because of this, they might try a different tactic, maybe attack a bit more. Who knows, eh? All right, well, lads, we're gonna return and talk a little bit about this tonight's game rather. Just a quick one, lads. I tell you what. Big game tonight, Randeep. How do you see this one tilting towards?
I think I hope there's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
I still feel that Spain will edge it. But having said that, Ronaldo is on fire.
Yeah.
And he comes in, we know, with a lot of zest to win. And yeah, I mean, for Portugal, right, they've got nothing to lose. They are the underdogs.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I think Spain will still have too much for them.
Okay. And quickly, you know, Daryl, tomorrow night we see another excellent matchup between Germany and the Italians. Now, Italians, right? We talked about parking the bus, but you know they're gonna be playing one of the favorites, just like Portugal are tonight. You think it's a good tactic for the Italians to try parking the bus against the Germans?
I don't think so. I mean, with the Germans, with such a young team, the German side, I mean, they basically could go around Pirlo. You know what I mean? There's all talk about Pirlo, but I think the Germans could seriously put him in the box for this tomorrow's game. Okay.
Interesting stuff. Well, we will talk more about that tomorrow. But Randy, quick one before we go. Tonight's game score prediction, mate.
3-1 to the Spanish.
3-1 to the Spanish. And onwards to Spanish march. All right, brilliant stuff. Well, that was football every day. But before we go, we got some choice footage. I'm very jealous watching this bit of footage, actually. Here are some local fans at KLIA checking in for their flight to the Ukraine to check out the semi-finals. Now, why are we showing this and making ourselves depressed? I have no idea, but check it out anyway. Until tomorrow, this was Football Every Day. Enjoy your football.